Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Courtney if you're new. Today we're going to be making my peppermint snowball cookies. They are a super easy recipe. They are egg-free, can be made gluten-free, and they are perfect for the holiday table, the cookie swap, or just when you want a sweet treat. So let's get started and make these cookies. So now to get started, I'm going to be mixing all of our ingredients. I have everything out that I need, but we're going to weigh everything with our scale. So I'm gonna need 1/4 cup of crushed candy canes, which I have right here. I did crush them with my blender and it crushed it a little too much, but we're not gonna waste it. These are dye-free candy canes, so they're pretty expensive. We're gonna go with powdered sugar. I'm using 1/3 cup of powdered sugar, which is 40 grams, and then I'm gonna be using 1/4 cup of the crushed peppermint, and that's gonna be for our powdered sugar coating once the cookies are cooled off, and we're gonna roll them right into this mixture. Then we're gonna add in our 1/4 cup of crushed candy canes. So we're just gonna mix those two up, and it's gonna give it a nice coating on the outside when we have our cookies out of the oven. We're gonna go in first with butter. I'm using salted butter, so we're gonna skip the salt here. I prefer to just buy salted butter. I will always include how much salt you need to use in a recipe, but I always just buy salted butter. Now, if it's a recipe that doesn't need any salt, I'll go ahead and buy unsalted, but that is a very rare occasion. I'm gonna put our 2 sticks of butter right into the mixer bowl, and that is 1 big stick of Kerrygold. Then we're gonna add in 40 grams of crushed candy canes. That is about 30. I just wanted to use whatever was left in my blender. So then we need 40 grams of candy canes crushed. I had about 30 in my blender left, and then we're gonna use whatever is left over in that measuring spoon. And we just need 1/4 cup, which is about 40 grams. There we go. All right, now we're gonna go in with our powdered sugar. Go in with 40 grams, which is 1/4 cup. We're gonna go in with a teaspoon of vanilla, or you could use 1/4 teaspoon of peppermint. And then drop it right in. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this until it's nice and combined, and then we'll add in our flour. I am gonna add 1/8 teaspoon of peppermint. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add in my flour, which we're gonna use 2 1/4 cups. That's gonna be 270 grams, so I'm gonna turn my scale back on. And if you did not add salt, you'd wanna add salt at this moment too. With this amount, we'd probably go for 1/4 teaspoon, but since I'm using salted butter, we're leaving the salt out. We're gonna add in our 2 1/4 cups, or 270 grams of flour. And then we're gonna give it another mix. Go ahead and mix it again. I always have to scrape it down with my KitchenAid mixer, and that's fine, but just make sure you're scraping it down so you don't miss any of the ingredients. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and scrape the sides. As you can see, it needs to be really incorporated here. We've got some flour on the sidelines, some flour on the bottom. I know they have a beater blade that will get all of the sides, but I found that they're a little too rough on my mixer, so I don't like those. We're gonna go ahead and give it a mix again. And then once it's done, I don't want to over mix it. That looks perfect. That is the consistency we are looking for. We just want it to come together. We don't want to over mix it because we don't want a tough cookie either. And there is no eggs in here, no milk, no liquid like that. It's really just the butter, the flour, and sugar with a little bit of extract. And don't forget those candy cane bits. Now, if you wanted to leave out the candy cane bits, you could do that and add some like nuts if you'd like. I'd keep it to the 1/4 cup though, not too much, because you don't want to go over it. Now to get started, we're going to preheat our oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, now our oven has been preheating, so that is preheated nicely. Now we're gonna get started on shaping our cookies. You can use a teaspoon to measure this, you can use a scale, or you could use a cookie scooper and then just round them out. I'm gonna use a cookie scooper. Okay, I have my 60 scoop And I'm going to just go ahead and scoop my cookies like this. And we're gonna plop them right on here. And then once I have them all shaped, I'll go ahead and roll them out. We wanna give them some space, so about 2 inches apart. They're not gonna spread a ton, but they do spread. So about that much space. And it smells so good and minty. I think I can get about 4 per row. There we go. And then we're just gonna keep scooping and dropping. And then once they're all scooped and dropped, I'll go ahead and shape them up. And there's no baking soda, no baking powder, nothing in here. This is what you see is what we did. They come out perfectly. It's almost like melt-aways. All right, we're just about done. One more. And once they're done, we'll pop them into that powdered sugar that we made in the beginning. So now I'm gonna take it in my hand. You could use gloves or clean hands, and we're gonna roll it into a ball. All right, and there's our ball. It's nice and even. I'm sure some may argue it could be better, but that's good for me. As you can see, my gloves are nice and buttery, and that's just the warmth of my hands warming up the batter, which is why I prefer to use gloves, so this way it's on the glove instead of all over my hands, but also that I'm not warming them up too much. It does keep it from warming up a little too much. Now, if you get a cookie that's crumbly like that, you're just gonna wanna push it together and then give it another roll. So basically, don't be alarmed if it starts to crumble just a little bit. It's totally fine. Just give it a roll, smush it together, and make sure it's not crumbly. As my father would say, it's ready to rock and roll. That was one of his favorite sayings. All right, Court, you ready to rock and roll? I miss hearing that. All right, so I'm just gonna continue to roll these up. And they're just about done. We're halfway there. This makes about, how much does it make? You should get about 28 of these. You can make them bigger, but if you do make them bigger, you're gonna need to make it a little bit more of a cook time. We do about 12 to 15 minutes for these guys. And I think it really depends on your oven. It's always great to know how hot your oven cooks too. So if your oven cooks on the hotter side, you're gonna wanna go ahead and make it probably the 12-minute. If it cooks on the cooler side, you're gonna go to 15 minutes. An oven thermometer is something that I always recommend periodically, like every 6 or so months, maybe even every 3 months. If you use your oven a lot, or if you're doing it for recipes like I am, I like to do it once a month just to make sure everything is calibrated and working perfectly. And the reason I like to make sure my oven's always calibrated is because I make recipes for you guys and I don't want your recipes to flop. So that is something that I take very seriously. We'll see these in a few minutes. So I just took them out of the oven and you can see they're a little bit brown on the bottoms, but not on the top. That's exactly how we want them. We're gonna let them cool for about 2 minutes on the baking sheet, and then I will transfer them to a cooling rack. And then once they're completely cool, we're gonna dip them in that powdered sugar peppermint mixture. So now that they're cool enough to handle, I'm gonna put them onto a baking rack and let them completely cool on this wire rack right here. And then we'll go ahead and dip them in the powdered sugar and candy cane mixture. They are still warm to the touch. And if we do it now, it'll kind of melt onto them. So that's why we want them to completely cool. You don't truly need to put the powdered sugar on these. They're good like this, but the powdered sugar just adds something a little special. So we're gonna go ahead and let them cool, and then we're gonna bake off the rest of them. Okay friends, so now I'm gonna go ahead and just put these right into the powdered sugar mixture. You can do this by just dunking them in like that and taking them out, or you can really go ahead and cover them top to bottom and make sure they are a perfect snowball cookie. Now the bottoms are flat because we baked them and then we're gonna go ahead and just do this. You can take it out with a fork or your fingers. Now, if you make the peppermint fine like I did, it'll give it a nice pink hue, which my kids love. Now, if you don't like that pink hue, you can just make them a little bit chunkier and find them in store. And then we're just gonna go ahead and plop them on the plate and then just keep on covering them. Now, if you did this with nuts, you can absolutely grind some nuts into the powdered sugar or just leave the nuts out. And these are just such a versatile cookie. And they're so flavorful. That's what I really love about them. If you wanted, you could have even made these with chocolate chips, which is another delicious way to enjoy them. And then when they get a little bit of moisture or heat, they will melt. That coating will come right off. The powdered sugar will just melt into the cookie. That is why it's super important that we let them cool for about 15 to even 20 minutes, depending on how hot your kitchen is even. Because again, we're baking. And if you're baking a ton of cookies, you're gonna wanna let them really cool so that this way, when you put them in this beautiful powdered sugar mixture with the candy canes, it's not melting right on top. And these are looking great. I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle that one more time on that one. And then you could always do a little dusting over top of them like this once they're on the plate too. If it comes off, no worries, it'll stick right on top of them. That's what I love about powdered sugar, it sticks on nicely. Now if you wanted, you could even have done like a cinnamon, nut cinnamon, and did like a cinnamon sugar on top of it. So many different ways we can enjoy these cookies, which is what I really love about when a cookie's a versatile cookie recipe. Even with my chocolate chip cookies recipe, I like to use sprinkles in there and make it chocolate chip cookies with sprinkles or sprinkled chocolate chip cookies. You can add nuts, you can add white chocolate chips, you can use a combo of different chocolate chips, you can use mini chocolate chips, you can turn them into mini cookies. And when you're baking for like, let's say you're doing a cookie swap. Sorry, I was trying to think of the word. If you're doing a cookie swap, you can make one recipe into multiple different recipes. M&M chocolate chip cookies. So that's like what I'm saying with these. Like if you didn't want to do them all peppermint, you could double the batch and do like a nut cookie or put some chocolate chips into them. Peppermint chocolate chip is even delicious on its own too. So if you wanted to divide this into two and do a peppermint chocolate chip, oh, so good. And I would definitely recommend using mini chocolate chips. If you wanted, you could even go ahead and do a glaze and then a drizzle of chocolate. Oh guys, I am getting out of hand here. I want to make all of it. So now I'm really thinking about doing that glazed one, and then I could put some chocolate chips in a double boiler and then do a swirl. So glazed with a chocolate drizzle. Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. I don't really do too many cookie swaps. I'm gonna be honest, I stick to myself. I have my family, my friends, and I wish it's so hard to make mom friends at my age. I am 40, oh my gosh. It's crazy to even say that, but I am 40 years old, 40 years young, let's say that. And you know, friendships just didn't stick for me. We moved from south to north to central Jersey, so a few friendships stayed, but not too many, and we don't get together anymore, which kind of stinks. But I'm very blessed that I have a ton of family and some good friends. Not too many, but you know, it's quality over quantity in my opinion. But I have you guys too, which is nice. I have a lot of great readers that, you know, leave me comments and then they write me emails. So I appreciate you and I see all of you. And if you guys are ever lonely, I'm over here if you need a friend to talk to. I hope you're having a good day and that you give this cookie recipe a try because it is one of my favorites. It's really a good recipe. And it's super delicious and it's perfect for the holiday table. I don't know if you guys have a holiday treat table at your get-togethers, but I tend to love to have a few different options when it comes to cookies. This will be my first time in many, many years spending Christmas with my sister. I lost my mother in 2006, and that is exactly the last Christmas we spent together because she went with her boyfriend's family and I went with mine at the time. And then slowly over the years, because of, you know, everything that happened with the, you know, shutdown for a few years, we kind of had our own little thing as a family. But this year we'll be going to my sister's, which I'm really excited about. It's our first year together. Now I have this other batch that we're gonna let cool because they are nice and warm, and then we'll go ahead and dunk those like we dunked these. Look how perfect they are. They look like little snowballs, but of course they have some peppermint in there. I am gonna grab one to taste. Here it is. They're so sweet. And I love that peppermint. And buttery. They're really just like a delicious cookie. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. It is super delicious. It's really easy to make. This is one of those easy recipes that are perfect to make with the kiddos. I hope you guys give this recipe a try, and if you do, please let me know what you think about it. I always read all of your comments and everybody who leaves me reviews and emails. I appreciate every single one. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Take care and God bless you. Bye, friends.